Yo, what's up, guys? Teacher Paul here, and today we have a coffee request. And this request is a Berquest, which means Bertil requested this video. So thank you so much to Bertil, and we're calling these a Berquest now. This is a Swedish Christmas video, food video, that is. This is from a channel called Food with Victor. If you want to watch it without my reaction, thank you so much, Ozzy Deb, for the gifted. Thank you so much. By the way, we're live on Twitch. Come join us. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted. Merry Christmas, everyone. That is so awesome. Golden Kappa. Absolutely amazing. We have a train over here. Let's keep that train going. So if you want to watch this video without my reaction and commentary, go over to Food with Victor. I was going to say Victor with food. Food with Victor. Link is in the description, okay? And if you're watching this, Victor, leave a comment. Let's go. Let's do it. Light a candle.
The holidays is around the corner, so it's time to get cooking. And today we're gonna make a very important dish on the Swedish Christmas table. If not the most important one, or at least for me. Jansson's Frestelse.
Jansson's Frestelse
is a little bit unclear, but
Jansson's Frestelse. Jansson's Frestelse. I have reacted to Jansson'S. That's different, right? Jansson. Okay, so this is the temptation of Jansson's temptation.
Frestelse. And the history about this dish
Hi, Anna.
is a little bit unclear, but it comes from the Swedish smörgåsbord to begin with, and was introduced to the Swedish Christmas table somewhere in the middle of...
Wait, before... I know I'm interrupting a little bit, but before I even see what he's doing, I'm scared because I see milk, potatoes. Okay, that's fine. Milk and potatoes, you can do mashed potatoes. But milk and sardines, what?
And was introduced to the Swedish Christmas table somewhere in the middle of 1900s. One rumor that might be true is that a guy called Jansson's, and the dish is called Jansson's Temptation or Jansson's Frestelse in Swedish. On after parties, so after being drinking at the pub, he always brought home friends and offered them anchovies casserole with hard bread, cheese and some hard liquor. That was his go-to dish to serve all his friends. So the rumor is that caught on fire, and yeah, now we eat Jansson's Frestelse on every Christmas table here in Sweden.
Okay.
So if that's true, but we are sticking for that story for this video at least. And to be honest, I have been a little bit scared about this dish. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's such a centerpiece on the Swedish Christmas table that you can't really F it up, because then
you can't mess it up, right?
Christmas is ruined pretty much. But after cooking it, it's
is
really
it hard though?
And you can't really F it up. So I hope you get inspired by this video and cook your own Jansson's Frestelse this winter. So
hey,
what
I could try it.
To begin with, is just chop up the onion and potatoes, fry up the onions, and then...
There are onions there too? Oh yeah, the white ones. You know, when I was looking at it, I was like, those look like onions, but those look like potatoes. There are onions and potatoes in the same pot. So wait, you have onions, anchovies, and milk?
Make cream sauce out of the...
Oh, it's cream sauce, okay.
Up the onion and potatoes, fry up the onions, and then make cream sauce out of the anchovies and cream and throw it in the oven. I'll start off with the potatoes and onions. Gonna cut
so it's
them
heavy
up
cream.
and pre-cook them a little bit before we put them in the casserole pan. And the thing I like to do is just split them in two. And yeah, when cutting my onions, I like to hold my fingers like a claw or whatever, and then
claw
you go
it
up and down from there. This way there's no fingers in the way, so you can just go. In the beginning, if you're not used to, go slow, just like this.
Yeah, everything you learn in life,
more,
learn it slow.
Speed up.
And then speed it up.
And when you have cut up your onion to more thinner slices, it's time to caramelize them before we put them in the casserole. So what I like to do is put in some oil and then a generous amount of butter. I'm putting it a little bit more butter here than you probably should.
That is
I'm not
generous.
putting any butter in later, so this is my extra butter now.
Doesn't the butter
so
burn
your
when you
onion
put it
gets nice
before?
And caramelized, and yeah, you don't need any extra butter later. Once the butter has melted, throw in the onions.
Okay, so it's a low heat. Swedish likes butters. Okay. Nice. Don't you need sugar to caramelize it? I thought the caramel came from the, sugar.
And now when the onion is pretty much almost done, I'm gonna add a touch of sugar.
There it is. There's the sugar. But dang, I like this. Swedish engineering is so cool. Look at that. What do you call it? A ladle? It's not a ladle, but look at the design over there. It goes on top of the pan. That's pretty cool. I've never seen something like this.
On there. There's so much salt in the casserole with the anchovies and so on, so a little bit extra sweetness to the onion is fine.
Nice.
And yeah, maybe just a tablespoon or so.
You don't need sugar to caramelize things? Why is it called caramel if you don't need the sugar? It's done with butter only? I'm pretty sure I've seen sugar in caramelization.
Extra sweetness to the onion is fine. And yeah, maybe just a tablespoon or so. So now our onion is ready. It's time for the potatoes. I'm gonna cut it up with my knife. You can use, if you have it, you can use one of these French fries cutter as well, and just, yeah, it goes pretty quick. But since not everyone has a French fry cutter back in your home, I'm gonna use the knife here, so it's easier for you to follow the recipe. So what you like to do here is just split it up, and you want to have smaller than a French fries, but not too thin either. And you don't want to rinse the potatoes afterwards. We need starch, and there's more ways to do this, but for demonstration purposes, what I like to do is just to make it half first, because we want to end up with, I don't know, this kind of smaller portions.
Okay, nice.
So first, let the top off, and just, yeah. Something like that. Then we will end up as, not French fries, smaller than French fries pieces. This will be perfect for the Jansson.
Oh, that's nice.
Also,
That's
Jansson
nice.
is one of those things that some people actually don't like here in Sweden. You should have thought that everyone loves fish in Sweden because we're kind of known for fermented fish and so on, but that is not the case. I know a lot of young people, and even me when I was small, didn't like Jansson. So I guess
it's acquired taste.
Grown-up dish nowadays.
Oh,
but once you start liking it, for me at least, and for many people I know, it's the most important dish of the whole Christmas table. And the Christmas table is
I like anchovies.
a big feast.
I don't
Back in
think
days
it's
when
bad.
we were farmers, or more people were farmers, I guess. Yeah, you slaughter your Christmas pig, and you made as much food as possible with everything on the pig. Sausage, blood, cake was really on every Christmas table back in the days. Nowadays it's not, so that's pretty sad actually. Pig ears, salted, pig tails, and so on. And also something that's pretty funny actually is that a real important thing on the Christmas table now as well is our Christmas ham dressed with mustard.
Nice.
But that actually is not a traditional Swedish part of the Christmas table. Back in the days when you slaughtered a pig, you salted the ham and hang it up inside the barn for tougher times. It was pretty much a lifeline. If you had a bad harvest, you can at least go and nibble on the ham. It's time to start assembly the Jansson, and yeah, you pretty much make a lasagna, or I don't know, casserole.
Ah, it's all together. Okay.
Off with adding
It's layered.
bottom layer with potatoes. Usually make a bigger portion, but I'm making this for you guys, so I'm making a smaller portion. So start layer everything. Potato first, now it's onion time.
Nice. It actually,
Try to spread it out.
I think
As
it
I
actually
said,
goes well.
in some recipes you add
He didn't
butter
salt
on
the
top as
potatoes
well. Since
though.
I cooked it in quite a lot of butter, I'm not gonna need that in this recipe. And now the anchovies comes in play. And
Oh, because
you
the
want to have
anchovies are
quite
already
generously
salted.
with anchovy fillets. This is a smaller version, so I'm only gonna add 4 here. If you had a normal size casserole, I
Why
would
only
add
4?
at least 8.
Oh, because you gotta layer it again. Okay.
Actually, something like this is pretty good. And now I'm gonna top it up with the sweetened buttery onions. And yeah, anchovies fillets on the top. And since these are so small, they will pretty much melt during the cooking in the oven. Doesn't this look beautiful already? And
do you
now
throw the
it's time
sauce
for
on
a
top?
very important step. And what you want to do now is to push everything down a little bit so you get contact. And now it
Okay.
comes to one of the last most important step of the whole thing. You're gonna use the anchovies brine and
There we go.
put in a whole can
With a heavy
onto
cream?
the cream and give it a stir. And now it's time to cover everything until you can start to see the cream coming up from the sides. And something like that. You can
Lena
see the
also
cream is
loves
starting to peak up,
food videos.
but it's not all the way covered. And
Okay.
before we put it in the oven now, I'm just gonna put some breadcrumbs on top.
Breadcrumbs?
This will add some nice flavor and also some nice browning on
Is it
top.
gonna become
Something like that, just a
gelatinous?
touch. Now it's time to throw it in the oven for 40 minutes on 225 Celsius, or let's do this.
"40 minutes. Is this like jellied eel that we have here in the UK?
Before we dig into this, we're gonna put some tin foil on top, let it rest around 5 minutes, something.
Hey, I would eat this.
See you in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I feel like eating it now too.
Yeah, the whole house smells now of the Jansson.
It looks great.
You really get that nice creaminess from the
I can
creamy.
understand that some people wouldn't like it because some people hate onions and some people hate anchovies. So I can understand why he says it's an adult dish, you know, people who like kids might not like the onions, might not like the anchovies. You know, it feels like it's very balanced, to be honest with you.
You really get that nice creaminess from the creamy. Really nice to get a nice texture from the potato, the nice deepness and saltiness from the anchovies. This is really comforting dish. And I really hope that you got inspired by seeing this video.
Nice.
And want to
I
cook
like it.
Jansson by yourself this year. And this will be the start
It's not
of
hard.
my Christmas series here on my channel with Swedish Christmas food. So if you want to learn more Swedish Christmas foods, make sure to subscribe, hit a like and comment down below. If you got any suggestions of which Christmas food you want me to cook, drop a DM here on Instagram and I'll do my best to cook it. And as always, I wish you a great day.
That's awesome. You did a great job with those. Food with Victor. Yeah, so guys, I think that was pretty easy to make. It's pretty simple. You don't need to do a lot of prep work, actually. You just need to slice the onions and the potatoes, caramelize the onions, and then just layer it like a lasagna. So pretty cool. I think it's easy to make. Just need the anchovies and mix it with brine. I still just don't know if it's full cream that he added it to, but let's see over here. It's whipping cream, he says. So 2 yellow onions, 3 tablespoons of butter, 8 to 10 medium-sized potatoes, 1 jar of anchovy. So he added whipping cream and a tablespoon of breadcrumbs. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And then you just need to slice the potatoes as if it's almost like French fries, but half, kind of like half of it. Caramelize the onions, and then you layer it. First goes the onion, first goes the potatoes, then goes the onions, then goes the anchovies. And then again, and then on top goes the potatoes, and then the onions, and then more anchovies. Then you mix the brine into the whipped cream, mix it up, pour it, but don't let it overflow. And then you cover it with breadcrumbs, goes to the oven. Yeah, simple, cool, simple recipe. And looks good. Looks good. It looks like a good meal that it actually looks simple. It's like 3 ingredients and it looks good. And I love the let me just think of the texture of it. I don't know if it's I think the breadcrumbs add some crunchiness to it. What about the flavor profile? Onions, potatoes, that's common. Anchovies gives it the saltiness, but then he added a little bit of sugar to control the acidity level. And then the whipped cream with the brine. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be sweet though. I can do it for lunch. Yeah, I need to go buy some anchovies. But okay, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Merry Christmas, everyone. God Jul. And I'll see you guys on the next video. If you want to watch reactions to full movies, series, shows, concerts, go over to Buy Me a Coffee, and we're reacting to Christmas movies. And we've done quite a few Swedish movies as well, so go check it out, including Emil, including Jansson'S and other stuff. Click over here for more, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Take care.